Why are you carrying something into a Publix?
This is the Greg Cote Show with Greg Cote.
Pardon it.
Here's your host, Greg Cote.
Oh no! Now I get it. I think we have Sunday Night Greg Cote right now. No. Start. It's your podcast.
Okay.
And let's like slap yourself in the face here. Let's get people excited for a podcast. Here we go.
Okay. The Dolphins dolphined. And you coined that phrase. I'm going to give you that. You say the Dolphins dolphined, and I know exactly what you mean. It's ridiculous what happened. Okay? It's absolutely ridiculous what happened. They came back, they had the game won, and then in the last 46 seconds they find a way to lose the game.
It's just so annoying how many different you can point to, like all their best players. Waddle, the first quarter, just hands them an interception.
Yes.
Jalen Phillips on that last play has a chance to make the sack, doesn't make the sack.
Yes.
So many undisciplined defensive plays. Like there was one time a cornerback or a safety's coming on a blitz, number 11, whoever that is, and just totally does not contain Herbert. Herbert spins around, chucks the ball downfield. It's just, I don't even want to spend a lot of time. They stink. They're not. They're not worth talking about.
Let's not even mention that when they had the lead with less than a minute left, facing the best kicker in the league in terms of long distance, they give up a kick return to the 41. So immediately the Chargers have the ball at their own 41. They only need to go like 15 yards to have a winning field goal. They find ways to lose. This was the fourth game out of 6 that they have been tied or ahead in the fourth quarter, and they find a way to lose. Yeah. That's what losing teams do.
Do you think? What do you? I don't even have the energy for the Dolphins. What are your thoughts on backpacks when you're flying? Okay, I'm getting on the plane. I have my backpack on. Like I get it. The overhead storage is for carry-on suitcases. Yes. The backpack is supposed to go in the seat in front of you.
Yes, please.
There was a big debate going on in our group chat of whether, I think everybody agrees that the backpack should first go underneath. But once boarding is completed, if there's space in the compartments right above me, I'm grabbing my backpack, I'm standing up, and I'm like, I that is perfectly normal. People were saying that's asshole behavior. For me, if there's storage space, once boarding is complete, you are totally allowed to open up your leg room and put the backpack up there.
No, I agree with that. I'm anti-backpack. You know that. Okay, Jack. To me, the backpack began with you're carrying books at school. And now I see people, this drives me nuts. I see people in a Publix. They're walking into a Publix with a backpack. Why? I mean, what are you doing?
I just love but you'd be okay if they had a briefcase. Like this is just it's just an easier way to carry something.
Why are you carrying something into a Publix?
Well, into a Publix, I get it. Like I don't often see people with a backpack on in Publix, but
I do occasionally.
Okay,
it's ridiculous.
Next time you do, take a picture of it.
I will.
Pardon me. I'm excited about this episode, though. We have Larry Allen, Dolphins legend, joining us.
How about Larry Little is his name?
Oh, Larry Allen would have been a good get, too. You know what that is? I just saw Eric Allen was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and the Raiders were celebrating Eric Allen.
Yeah.
So that's where I think I had Allen in my brain.
And another marginal Hall of Famer. Can I say one more thing about the Dolphin game? And this is a compliment. Tua and Justin Herbert, the lifelong rivals because they were drafted 5th and 6th in the same draft, they both rose up and did well. Like, they both should be proud of themselves.
Who?
Tua, late in the game, drives down, goes 8 for 8 for 57 yards for the winning, what should have been the winning score.
But he had plenty of fart plays throughout that game. I have never seen an interception on the play where we're just going to do the hook and ladder a final play. We have to go full length of the field. So they have 8 defensive backs 50 yards downfield. There's like 4 guys near the line of scrimmage, and Tua somehow throws an interception there. Like, I'm not gonna put too much weight on that, but that's just, I've never seen that. This trying to get that play started and that being intercepted.
You're right, and his second interception was all his fault. Obviously, the first wasn't. That was off Waddle's hands and became a deflection pick.
But the gloves
and I'm not saying Tua played great, but he wasn't the reason they lost.
But he wasn't the reason they won either.
That's true.
Yep. The gloves are off with Tua in the group chats. Like, everybody is just like, oh, at least he can go home, because you saw last week he was like, hey, I'm not on social media. When I go home, my kids are happy to see me.
Yeah.
I was saying in the group chat that his kids deserve to see his performance. Like, his kids deserve to see that final interception. Like, he needs a talking to from his kids when he gets home, because it's no more Mr. Nice Kids.
Okay, I'm done defending the Dolphins. I am.
You weren't 2 weeks ago. You weren't.
I know. I am now. Things change. Times change. I am. I mean, I'm off the bandwagon. There is no bandwagon left. Nobody believes in the Dolphins, nor should they. And so I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. Like, if they had won, it's amazing how every result changes everything in the NFL. If they had beaten a pretty decent Chargers team, okay, which they should have, then you're going, you know what? They play the Browns and the Falcons next. You know what? Don't give up yet. Blah, blah, blah. But now you can't. Now you're like, oh, man, the Dolphins, they're shit. Everybody's, trade everybody, tank. It's like back to square one, because the defense, the special teams and the defense could not hold a league with 46 bleeping seconds left. It's ridiculous. That's not on Tua. The special teams gives up a long kick return. The defense gives up like a 40-yard pass play to McConkey. Tua did not blow that game at the end. The special teams and defense did. Terrible.
Tua still stinks, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to take that as like anything positive for Tua. But can we talk about baseball for a second? I'm genuinely excited for the ALCS and the NLCS. And I have not said that about I don't know. There's just something about the 4 teams left. I'm excited about. I'm excited for the Blue Jays. Like, we don't have the result for Blue Jays Mariners game 1 because it's about to start here on Sunday night. But super excited to watch that. Excited to have Sunday Night Football and ALCS on the same TV. This is, I don't know. There's just something about, I felt it was noteworthy that I'm actually a little excited for a baseball playoffs.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I think that the ideal World Series, the dream World Series, is the Cinderella Series, which is Seattle and Milwaukee. If those 2 teams, I'm not saying it'll be a big draw TV-wise, because TV is praying for the Dodgers to be in it again. But if you're looking for a World Series that is Cinderella on Cinderella, it's the Mariners and the Brewers, who have never won anything in their franchise history, going for the World Series. That's what we want. Nobody cares about Toronto. We're Americans. We don't care about the Blue Jays. The Dodgers have won 8 World Series, including last year. They're the reigning champs. Forget about them. Brewers and Mariners. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Speaking of let's do it, let's get to the rest of the episode. Stay tuned. If you're not into Larry Little, stay tuned for after, because my dad has something very special for Yeti's birthday.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I look forward to that kind of thing. Okay, how do we want to start?
Well, we just did.
Oh, okay. I have something. I don't want to play it like it's too serious, but I am going to talk about a medical situation I'm having.
I want to let the audience in on how upset I am with you right now. You literally just put a health thing on hold. You're like, wait till we start recording. I'm like, Dad, this better not be serious. I swear to God.
Okay.
If you tell me something serious right now, I'm going to be genuinely upset and worried about you.
Okay. I referenced a medical condition on the Le Batard show Friday, very fleetingly. I will tell you, if it was anything really serious, you would not be finding out about it for the first time on my podcast. Okay, but I do want to let the podcast family in, because I remember in the very first episode we did, I talked about how I wanted this to be a very personal podcast where you would be brought into my life and I would speak to you, my audience, as if you're my friends and family. And so this thing's been going on for a while. I have had it's my right knee, and I've had pain the past several weeks. It's gotten much, much worse recently, to the point where it hurts every step I take. I'm walking with a noticeable limp, which I'm very self-conscious about. And so I finally had an MRI. And the MRI showed that I'm going to quote the report. I have, quote, a complex tear of the medial meniscus as well as a sprained ACL. These are phrases I always hear from athletes. Like,
so your MCL is torn?
My ACL is sprained and the medial meniscus is torn. They call it a complex tear, which I don't know is worse than a tear.
But is there an acronym for that first one? Is that the MC? Like, I know nothing obviously about.
Yeah, this. I don't know either. The only thing I know is that I'm seeing my doctor next week, and a referral to an orthopedic surgeon is going to follow.
So you're going to get surgery. So you're going to.
Well, I don't know yet. Because of my age and everything, maybe they'll do surgery. Maybe I'll wind up on crutches. Maybe it'll just be rehab and deal with the pain. Maybe it'll be cortisone shots, and that might do it. I have no idea. I'm going to find all that out. But I wanted to mention it in case, I'm on crutches in a week, for the next couple of weeks. I just want to let everybody in on it. But
you don't
believe me, I'm not over dramatizing it. It's nothing serious, thank God, because I know right now friends of mine are going through cancer. Okay, so when I talk about a medical condition that I have, it's on the low end of anything people should be worried about. But I just wanted to bring you up to date.
No, yeah, and you should not be self-conscious about a little limp.
I mean, it's weird though. When I walk up and down a single step, I have to be careful the way I do it. Because there's like a wincing pain. I can appreciate for the first time what athletes go through when they have a knee issue of any kind. And usually with them, it's serious and it keeps them out of football for a whole year or something. With me, it's not that serious, but I can still relate because, man, when you have a pain in your knee with every step, it's bad.
When did this get worse? Because you tried to bowl on Wednesday. Where does the bowling come into the equation here?
That doesn't help, and what I'm going through now, I'm sure the doctor's going to tell me, don't you dare bowl.
You can't. Well, Dad, you couldn't finish this past week.
I know. And that was a sign. I had just had the MRI when we bowled, but I didn't know the result yet. Okay, now I know the result.
Wild to bowl after getting an MRI before the results.
I know.
That's right. That's like a golfer, having a shoulder MRI and like the day in between, he's like, yeah, I went out and played.
I know. No, you're right. I have no excuse.
And then I had to be the manager and pull the athlete with the stubborn athlete out on Wednesday.
I know, you were right. And you were smart to do it on a couple of levels. Number one, the knee thing. And number two, I was bowling like shit.
Well, yeah, but you were in noticeable, agonizing pain after every one.
I know. I shouldn't have bowled, but I love bowling so much. I really do. And I love the camaraderie of our team.
People would have been impressed with your heart on Wednesday because you fought me. You did not want to come out. And I was just like, Dad, this is not that important. You're 71 years old. I'm not letting you kill your knee over this.
I know. And my doctor, I haven't seen the orthopedic surgeon yet, but my regular doctor, my PCP, has already told me, just as a matter of course, walk as little as possible. Like, don't stay off your feet if you can. So no more bowling for the foreseeable future.
Dad, this is very exciting. And I'm glad that it's, you should be fine, right? Hopefully we can get a little, I guess, what are we hoping for here? We're hoping that this is something that you'll be able to but then you won't be able to bowl anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I can avoid surgery, to be honest with you. I hope the doctor says, hey, you're 71, it's not a full tear, whatever, let's just rehab it and, give you a pain pill, and maybe that'll be enough, So, but we'll see. I should have that report perhaps in next week's episode because I'll have seen one or two doctors since before then. So,
yeah, Yeti, welcome. My dad just admitted that he is going to probably need right knee surgery. And he's got like a sprained ACL, and he has a torn. What was it?
It's a torn complex tear of my medial meniscus.
Oh yeah. Wow. So you've good grief. So like this is just going to be ligament repair. They're not a knee replacement, right?
I hope so. Yeah. If they have to do surgery at all, I won't know if that's necessary until I see the orthopedic surgeon.
Right.
But at any rate, we're done talking about me. Hey, before
I'm glad Yeti's joining us from Michael's dungeon. That's fun.
Do I sound like I'm from his his dungeon?
Now you do. Now you sound much better. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Let me move the microphone closer.
Yeah,
there we go.
Just that first sentence sounded very hollow, but you've risen from Michael's dungeon.
Yeah, and Michael's submarine as well. The dungeon is actually better sound than the submarine.
Dad, I think you were about to tease Dolphin legend Larry Little, and he is in the waiting room if you would like to get this party started.
You know what? Let me just tee him up first. This guy's a Dolphins living legend. He's a Hall of Famer.
Why don't you do this for him, Dad? Because you tend to do this for the guests. Why don't we let him in?
Okay, let's let him in.
Let's not repeat ourselves here.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, how you doing?
How's it
Good.
going?
How are you doing, Larry?
Oh, hello, Greg. I was going to say, you like Greg.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm Chris.
Yes, but when you see me over here, pretend like I have the right name under my name.
Oh, and that's your son, Chris?
Yeah, that's my son.
I'm his producer.
My son here, Damari, helping me out. So,
all right.
Going,
hey,
man?
how you doing? Believe me, I'm not big on technology either. The whole Zoom thing. We appreciate you being here. Before we formally introduce you and the book and all the reasons we have you on today, I want to say that the last time we had you on was a few years ago after Coach Don Shula passed. And I hope what you told me back then makes the book, because you told me that funny story about how some prankster on the team way back when substituted the game film with a porn movie. And that showed for a brief period of time. And I can only imagine Don Shula's face when that came on. So,
well, I didn't put that in the book because the kids might read it. So.
Okay.
Hey, you can. We'll take all those stories and we can save the kids ones for the books. That's fine.
That's right.
I love the idea of Greg just outing him in front of his son.
Oh, the
son. And a song, put the snake in sock and a shoe shower.
There you go. So, Larry Little, you're a Miami Dolphins living legend. You have a new book out called From the Outhouse to the Penthouse, The Football Journey of Hall of Famer Larry Little, written by author Joe Zagorski. That's not to be confused with Joe Zagacki. It's Joe Zagorski, who's an authoritative writer on pro football, and especially the history of pro football. So I look forward to reading that book. I'm not going to fib and say that I have already. But first of all, Larry, how did the book come about? Like how did this project start?
Well, my that's still my teammates. Greasy wrote a book. Zonk wrote a book.
Yep.
But that book was mainly talking about the Dolphins. I wanted to write something showing how I came about being a Miami Dolphin. And growing up in Miami and growing up in the Jim Crow era was a thing that I had to go to as a young man to eventually becoming a Miami Dolphin. I grew up in the segregated era.
Mm-hmm.
I was a product of riding on the back of the bus. You were from Miami. Do you remember W.T. Grant, the department store downtown?
Yes.
And I used to go there, to shop. And when I went there, they had the colored water right next to the white water. And when no one was looking, I would sneak to see the difference between the waters. And of course, the white water was cold and the colored water was hot.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I was a product of riding on the back of the bus here in Miami.
Right.
We sit in the back of the bus. And also, Macquarie's, they were right next door to a WT Grant. And they had the best hot dogs in town. And when I was downtown, I go there to buy a hot dog, but the problem was I couldn't sit at the counter and eat that hot dog. I had to stand up and eat the hot dog because of segregation.
That's insane. Larry, you're a little older than me. I just turned 71, and I grew up down here in South Florida. And one of my earliest memories, this is probably in the early '60s. I remember walking with my mother into a supermarket, a grocery store, and I saw the white and colored fountains. And I asked her later what that was all about and what that meant. And that was my first introduction to segregation. But I saw it from the outside, and you lived it. You went to Booker T, Washington, down here, high school. Then you went to Bethune-Cookman, which was before they coined the phrase HBCUs, I think. You were undrafted out of college, and then began your NFL career. But I wanted to ask you the role football played in your life, because it strikes me that there was segregation in real life, but when you were on the football field, you were closer to equals with the white guys, right?
Well, although we didn't play against them, but I felt that we were just as good as they were.
Right.
The powerhouse school down here, the white powerhouse, was Miami High. If it wasn't Miami High, it was Carl Gables. And at Booker T, Washington, in the 50s, they were a powerhouse. And when I began playing football, in fact, I went out for football in the ninth grade because we were from 7th through ninth grade. It wasn't ninth and 12th, but we were all the way from 7th through 12th. And I wasn't very good. I was 13 years old in the ninth grade. I didn't turn 14 until that November.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were telling me during that time that I would never be a good football player. And no one ever thought I'd reach the goal that I finally reached in playing professional football. I finally played in 10th grade, didn't play a whole lot. My junior year, I became a starter. And my senior year, of course, I was a starter and I had only 2 scholarships coming out of high school. And those 2 were to a Bethune-Cookman, like you mentioned, and to a small school in North Carolina called St. Augustine. And I decided I signed to go to Bethune-Cookman because it was closer to home.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew my parents could afford to bring me home like on Thanksgiving holidays. And fortunately, I signed with Bethune-Cookman because if I had not signed with them, I wouldn't be talking to you today because St. Augustine dropped football my senior year in college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, that was a great move I made as a young man. Great choice that I made by going to Bethune-Cookman. And, there I did start for 4 years, my freshman year. You could, in the schools like Bethune-Cookman, you could play 4 years. So,
Larry, Booker T and Bethune-Cookman were all black.
Yes.
Okay. And when you weren't drafted out of college, but you were offered a couple of free agent contracts, and I can report that this is a how times have changed thing I'm about to say. When you signed with the San Diego Chargers in '67 as a free agent, your signing bonus was $750.
Correct.
Okay.
What'd you do with it?
What'd you go out and buy?
Yeah.
Did you splurge?
Hey, I tell you what, though, that was a bonus. And guess what? The Dolphins called me the next day. Joe Thomas called me.
Uh-huh.
And I had already committed to San Diego. So, I played it with Joe to see how much money I would have got out of the Dolphins. So I asked Joe, Joe, how much money were you going to give me? Oh, we were going to give you a $500 bonus. I said, I'm sorry, dude, but I'm going to
Yep.
San Diego. Not knowing that the state tax in California
Right.
it would have been even lower than signing in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how Greg Cote just reported on inflation. That, hey,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to report that inflation has happened.
I did.
True.
I did. Man, did it happen, especially in sports.
And my
I mean-
contract was $12,500, and you calculate that being on the taxi squad the first 4 games of my career and wasn't getting a full salary. I may have made $7,000-8,000 my entire rookie year.
Wow. I'm astounded just to think back the disparity in money back then. Now, Larry, you were traded to Miami in 1969, and you didn't like that trade at first. Why not?
The reason why Miami was an expansion team,
Right.
and I knew they weren't winning games because they started in '66, and they were not very good. In San Diego, we didn't win any championships, but we were a very good football team with some great football players on there. There were some Hall of Famers on that same team I played on. Lance Allsworth, the great wide receiver, Ron Mix, the great offensive lineman. And we weren't winning championships, but we were winning.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to come to a losing situation. But it turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to me.
Well, yeah, you came to a team that went 3-10-1 your first year in Miami, but then a football miracle happened, which is they replaced George Wilson with a guy named Don Shula. And I've talked to Larry Zonka and others from that era about the difference between George Wilson and Don Shula. How would you describe that change?
Well, I tell you what, under George, on a hot day, George, oh, what the hell, go jump in the pool. Can you imagine Don Shula telling us that on a hot day?
No.
No.
He'd tell you to work
No.
twice as hard.
No way. And, another thing coming to Miami, there were a lot of Southerners on that team in 1969. And tell you the truth, all these old white guys walking around with tobacco in their mouth, snuff in their mouth. Hey, damn, should I come to a KKK convention?
Well, I do wonder, Larry, what it was like after spending your whole life in high school and college surrounded by people who look like you. And all of a sudden you're playing with white guys. What was that like?
It was different. I never hit a white guy in my life on the football field. No, at no time really, on the football field. And I didn't realize then, I thought we may have been tougher than them. But after going to San Diego, I said, hell, they're just as tough as we were. They were some great football players out in San Diego. When I went out, they were tough. And but I adjusted to it, and I really enjoyed playing with those guys and against those guys.
Now,
Larry, I just want to jump in about a current thing because you were just talking about Shula and how he was how tough he was. The entire football world this week has been talking about Arizona Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon. He like I don't know if we could even call it a hit. He bumped his running back after the running back dropped the ball at the goal line before scoring, and he just in frustration just gave him I would call it a bump. And everybody today is like freaking out. Like I feel like that was pretty common back in your day.
No, I never saw Coach Shula didn't do it.
Really?
I never saw a coach, do that to a player before.
So you agree that
I don't know if it would have gotten the publicity that this has gotten these days, because back in the day you didn't have that many TV channels and all that. You wouldn't have been able to see what was going on, but it may have happened. But I'd never seen it happen playing with San Diego or playing with the Miami Dolphins or watching TV and other teams playing. But, nowadays, you just don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, Larry, as you know, every team in the NFL, even though we're only 6 weeks into the season, every team in the NFL has already lost, which means the 1972 perfect season lives on as one of a kind. are you somebody who goes out and clinks a champagne glass with anybody, or how do you celebrate that, if at all?
No, I don't. After the other day, it's become like it's not a novelty anymore
Yeah.
because when it was exciting when it first happened, but hell, it's been 53 years now.
I know.
And right now, when the Bills lost the other night, I said, "Oh, what the hell?" I mean, it's no big deal because
Yeah.
it could be a big deal if a team wins get near the end of the season and keep winning.
Yes. Yes.
Well, winning so early now, it's really no big deal. Like when New England got so close that year until they played the Giants. And
Yeah. That was a big deal. Yeah.
that was a big deal. But now
Yeah.
it's really not a big deal.
Right.
And as far as the champagne, no, I didn't drink champagne. But in the later years, I did have me a taste of vodka every now and then.
There you go. Now, you mentioned 53 years. Current Dolphin fans have been waiting a long time for something besides ancient history to cheer.
We're broken. We're broken, Larry.
Say that
My
again?
son's
No, yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm saying Dolphin fans are pretty broken right now. What do you what do you make of the current state of the Dolphins?
Well, I look, every year you at the beginning of the year, you feel good about the football team. And then as the games go on, you get in for a big letdown. And that's the way it's been, not just now, or with this current situation, but in the past too. I mean, how many coaches have we had compared to? I mean, Shula was here over almost 30 years, and now after he left, it's just you're gone. Another one here and gone. Another one to complete the season before he's gone. It's just different, and I want him to do well, and I'm optimistic every year when the season starts. But that optimism leaves once the middle of the season go. But we have other year we made it to the playoffs. The Dolphins made it to the playoffs. But every year when we do, I keep saying we because I feel myself being a Dolphin. When we do get there, we're knocked out in the first round, so there's nothing to really get excited about.
Yeah. Yeah, you're allowed to say we, by the way. You don't have to you can you're a Dolphin for life. I get that. And from the better days, that's for sure. And the Dolphins haven't won a playoff series, haven't won a playoff game since 2001. So that's a long time. You and I were still young men when the Dolphins last won a playoff game.
Yeah.
So
Other
Go ahead,
than finishing your book, what has been your favorite part about this entire process?
Talking about growing up and feeling people telling you that you ain't going to succeed in what you were trying to do, and talking ahead. Another thing too, I was talking about when got into coaching and how my former players felt about me. And they have been quoted in books how they felt about me. And also a lot of the work that I did in the community. That's in the book. When I was playing, having a boys camp for underprivileged kids for 15 years. And just seeing a lot of these guys, run into a lot of them these days today that were in my boys camp and say, Larry Little, I was in your boys camp as a kid. And some of these guys look older than I do. Don't have any teeth in their mouth anymore. But that was really fulfilling to come up to me, see grown men now with grandchildren, and come to me telling me what my boys camp meant to them. And there's a couple of quotes in the book in the boys camp, and guys that I coach at both schools that are in the book, Bethune-Cookman when at North Carolina Central. The quotes that they made, that's fulfilling. It was in the book for me. That people know it just wasn't about me playing football. It's about me coaching and mentoring young men to go from boys to men.
Who doubted you the most? I don't want to follow up. Like, who's the one that felt the best to put in? Who doubted you the most?
My mom.
Really?
My mom.
Wow.
My mom always believed in me. My dad was different. My dad was an alcoholic, and my mom was just the strength of the family. And when she raised 6 children. We didn't have a broken home until my senior year, and it's in the book too. And we put my dad out the house
Wow.
my senior year in high school. And I never forget my mom saying, because he was abusive also.
Mm.
He was an alcoholic, being abusive to my mom. And until one day, I got tired of it because I had an older brother who got caught up in the wrong things too, but who was much smarter than me. I mean, he was a genius. He was an idol in high school doing the things that he did. But my mom, she kept us together, and and the greatest part about that, she lived to see all of my accomplishments. And
That's great.
the accomplishments of my younger brother, David, that played 12 years in the NFL with the Pittsburgh Steelers before he
Yep.
passed away.
Mhm.
So, and my mom lived, she died in 2019 at age 100.
Wow. So your mother didn't doubt you, but she was your biggest supporter.
Oh,
She
yes,
was your
no
strength
doubt.
growing up.
I never forget my dad, when I was injured one time, my dad wanted me to stop playing football.
Didn't think you could
My
make
mom
it.
did not everything he
Yeah.
wanted to do, let him play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And although my dad was a great athlete too, he wasn't a football, he was a baseball player. And my mom was a basketball player in high school. So, athletics just ran through our family. But he didn't, because they say I had a concussion, but I don't know, back in those days, I don't know if it was a concussion or not.
Right.
But my
Yeah, they
dad
didn't.
wanted me to quit playing, but my mom said no.
I mean, you're still very with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. And the book is called From the Outhouse to the Penthouse: The Football Journey of Hall of Famer Larry Little. Larry, we're going to let you go in a minute, but I wanted to ask you one question outside of football. I was surprised to hear that you spoke recently at the funeral for Sam Moore, the great R&B singer from the duo Sam and Dave, famous for songs like "Hold On, I'm Coming" and others. How did you come to know Sam Moore?
And ironically, you bringing that up now, Greg, because they're having a Sam's 90th birthday celebration on Sunday.
Mm.
I knew Sam growing up. We grew up in the same church over town called Greater Israel Bethel Primitive Baptist Church. And I knew, although he was much older than me, I looked up to Sam. He was 10 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam, when he was a kid, he never did put us the little ones down. And when he became big, we got even closer because our age gap probably
Sure.
came closer.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, Sam and I, when he moved back to Miami, another great thing, Sam's mom and my mom were best friends when we were growing up. And the day of my mom's funeral, October 20th, was Sam's birthday. And when I told Sam when the funeral was, his wife said, well, Sam might not go because, that's his birthday. I walked into the church at my mom's funeral. There was Sam. That's how close we were. And
Yeah.
we were like family, really. We were like family.
Wow. That's
And
something.
I'll tell you another thing, in college, when he was singing with Sam and Dave, I was at Bethune. And they had big shows on at Bethune in the gymnasium where the stage was.
Right.
So I'm wild and crazy back then, and we had a wine called Scuppernong, and they were up on stage performing, and I was a little tipsy, and I jumped up on the stage with Sam and Dave when they were performing, and people tried to get me down, saying, "Oh, that's Larry. Leave Larry alone."
That's great. Did you go up to a mic and harmonize or anything?
No, I don't harmonize. I just kept dancing with them.
Okay, that's a great memory. That's a great memory.
Oh yeah, and I spoke at his funeral when he passed away too this last year.
That's a wonderful memory. Now, Larry, I'm going to let you go, but I wanted to mention you're turning 80 in November.
Yes.
I'm getting up there myself. My older brother happened to just turn 80 the other day. You look great. I'm wondering what life is like for Larry Little right now. Like, you look great. How do you feel? What do you do to occupy your time? What's life like?
Well, when I moved back to Miami in 1999, I got him back into the school system. And I was a community liaison specialist with Robert Morgan Education Center down here in Miami. I just retired from that job in 2022 because it was so easy. The hardest part about that job was getting up in the morning to go.
Right.
But right now, I have my foundation that I run. I've been running that now for the last. I have a golf tournament I put on every year, and for the last, I give away scholarships to students. We've given away. Last year we gave away $41,000 scholarships to students to go to college. I've always been a community person. And, even when I was playing, I ran a boys camp with two other people, Rudy Barber and Freddie Woodson, who were former Dolphins also. I ran a boys camp for underprivileged kids, as I mentioned earlier, that were in my boys camp. We ran that for 15 years. And I've always liked giving back to the community. This is my community. I wasn't born here, but I came here when I was a baby. And Miami is home for me. Whatever I could do for a day count. I can't say the city of Miami anymore. But for Dade County, I do it.
Yeah. Larry, thank you again so much for joining us. What a life you've led, and may it continue for years and years. From the Outhouse to the Penthouse, the football journey of Hall of Famer Larry Little. Go out and check out that book. This man's life deserves reading and sharing and talking about. Larry, thanks a lot so much. Really
I'll explain to you why it's called the Outhouse.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was born in a small town called Groveland, Georgia. And back in those days, they didn't have indoor toilets. And the only toilet they had was an outhouse toilet in the yard.
Okay.
That's why it was an outhouse.
I'm so glad you volunteered that, because I assumed outhouse to penthouse was just a metaphor.
No.
From meager beginnings to Hall of Fame.
Wow.
But
I was born in an outhouse. It was an outhouse.
Such a privileged existence Greg lived at 1440.
I will say we never had an outhouse. I'll go that far.
And the penthouse is when I made it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Oh, of course, and well deserved.
The penthouse from the outhouse, where I was born, all the way to the house in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, you did the for those championship teams, including the perfect season. Zonka and Greasy and some of the defenders got most of the credit, but man, you were doing the grunt work. You were doing the hard stuff, blocking for Zonka and pulling for Mercury Morris, and you richly
Don't forget about
deserve.
Jim Kick.
That's right, Jim Kick. God rest his soul. So many of those guys, you've outlived a lot of them who have suffered from CTE and all kind of stuff, and you must just bless your own health from being in the shape you're in at this age.
Yeah. Well, I have my health issues too. When you're 80 years old, and every day I wake up, I have a pain somewhere.
Yeah.
And by the way, Bob wrote the foreword to the book.
Nice.
He wrote the foreword, and Zonk had a lot of statements in the book too. And also Merck before he passed away, because we started on this in 2022.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Merck passed away.
Well, again, Larry,
I know we keep saying bye to him, but I keep thinking of other questions. What's the greatest perk of being an NFL Hall of Famer? Is it like not waiting for a table at a restaurant? Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, the greatest perk is when you do autographs, you make a little bit more money.
There it is. There it is.
There you go.
A little bag, get a bag or two.
You get paid pretty good when you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the best part about it. Yes.
Yeah, excellent. Well deserved. You probably spent that $750 signing bonus by now, so you got to keep that income coming in.
You know what I did? I sent both of that money back home to my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that I'm so glad to hear that she got to live to see you fulfill all your dreams.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, that's nice.
He'd be going to the hall, be there for me when I went into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's nice. Larry,
Bless you.
And make it every Super Bowl. She didn't miss a Super Bowl either.
Yeah.
And every game in the Orange Bowl she didn't miss.
Oh, wow. That's
You
great.
never saw me play in high school. You never saw me play in college.
Thought we had one more sneeze coming. Usually they come in threes for me. They come in threes for me, Larry.
Put it on the poll. Do sneezes come in threes?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Right, thank you, Larry.
Threeses.
Larry, thanks a lot. Congrats on the book, and hope to talk to you again soon.
All right, man. Appreciate it. There it is, right there.
There you go. Hold it up a little higher.
There we go.
That's a beautiful photo. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's a great looking photo. Is that your perfect season ring or 73?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Of course.
And when I do autographs for the book, signing books, I have a replica on a keychain of the Super Bowl ring. Everyone get a keychain with a replica on it.
Oh, wow.
Of the undefeated year, yeah.
That's super. Again, congrats, Larry,
All right,
on
man.
the book.
Appreciate
We'll
it.
see you
Thanks
soon.
for having me.
Thanks.
Thank you, Larry.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Larry.
Bye.
Thank you, Larry Little. That guy has led an extraordinary life.
More like Larry, not very little. That guy.
Larry, not. Yes.
I think I honestly would put him right now on the Dolphins. I wish I would have said this to his face. You right now could go out and play like with how bad this Dolphins offensive line has been. The left guard that the Dolphins drafted, I'm pretty sure I saw something, Dad. I don't know why I'm going on a Dolphins tangent right now out of nowhere. The Kenneth Grant, the D tackle, and the left guard are like the two lowest graded rookies, like at the positions at defensive tackle and at left guard. Like they are at the bottom of the Pro Football Focus like ranking.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The
Chris
Dolphins,
Greer. And I know we're doing this. We've already talked football, and the Dolphins may have won or lost against the Chargers.
Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
we'll talk about that earlier in the episode, right? Okay. By the way, Larry Little, guess what his playing weight was?
Oh, I know what you're doing here because it was back in the day, like smaller,
Greg's going to
slower.
report on inflation again.
That's right.
Smaller, slower, weaker. I'm gonna guess 259.
Okay, 265.
Yeah.
Okay.
6'1", 265. Doesn't make a guard today.
So I could bulk up and be an offensive lineman in the 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, weigh more than that now. I'm 6'1".
Yeti would be a left tackle. Like
I weigh 278.
Yeti,
Yeah.
like seriously, you exactly the way you are in the 60s, you would be a like at Alabama playing left tackle.
I would have destroyed that $700 signing bonus.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. There are tight ends today bigger than Hall of Famer Larry Little played at. But anyway,
yes.
Yeah.
I love how we're getting into that when Chris just earlier said, Larry, not so little.
Yeah.
I want to.
I think he's more than that now.
He probably is. I want to talk Bad Bunny for just a second.
Oh, boy.
You all know what a Bad Bunny expert I am. I'm not. I don't know any of his songs, but I want to defend the guy. First of all, he's one of the
First of all, I don't think he needs defending. What are we doing here? Why? I mean, I guess I feel like this has become such a weird political thing with some people. Is that where you're going with this? Like, I don't really feel like any normal people that you talk to in your day-to-day life think this is a big deal. Like, if you turn on MSNBC and Fox News, you're going to hear, oh, people are so divided on this. No, they're not. Most reasonable people, even if they're not Bad Bunny fans, they're like, oh my God, of course, he's been on SNL a bunch. He's one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, this isn't that controversial.
Okay. Now that you've asked me what I'm about to say, give me a chance to say it. Turning Point USA.
You said defend him. That's the reason I said it.
With Turning Point USA is a conservative group founded by the late Charlie Kirk. Okay. Turning Point USA is coming out with an alternative English-only show that they're going to put opposite the Super Bowl halftime show.
So we are going political with this.
Well, it's also the billboard said American only, which Bad Bunny is an American citizen.
Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican.
Yes.
Okay. And I wonder,
they pay taxes to us.
I wonder if Turning Point USA, because I really have to wonder this, I wonder if Turning Point USA is aware that Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory and that Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not political.
Yeah, but this is right now. Like, I just would rather not, like, I just would rather not live like let these yes, Dad. I'm not saying what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I'm not a big fan of that. That's not a great message. But it's like I really do think that outside of these news places that I just said, like normal people aren't just like everyone's just
we wouldn't
talking
see
about
the
Bad
same
Bunny.
outcry if it were the Who again. I mean, we would, but it'd be from a different crowd. Be like, why do we have old people again?
Look, I'm not trying to I know I'm coming off almost like I'm defending stuff. I'm just why do we have to talk why do we have to, I don't want to talk about the God rest his soul, Charlie, the show that we don't why it's your show. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. The answer to your question on why we have to talk about it is that it is my show and it interests me.
Okay.
That's why we talked about it.
Okay.
Now we're immediately going to pivot and go to something ridiculous called dad jokes.
Thank you. I've never wanted them so bad in my life.
Okay.
He's always kind of thinking that his puns are in vogue. He cracks himself up like an egg with a yolk. And now Chris's morale is broke. Dad jokes.
Number 3. What do you call a person perched in a tree with a briefcase?
Branch manager.
What'd you say, Yeti?
A branch manager?
Correct. Branch manager.
Why'd you say that sounds so right? Why would you not be confident in that answer?
I know, he's like murmuring.
Because manager, a briefcase doesn't. I'm a manager at work. I don't carry a briefcase.
All right, whatever.
Dad, while we're here, did they say who's performing at the Charlie Kirk thing?
No.
Probably Kid Rock.
Kid Rock, Lee Greenwood. I mean, the usual suspects. You know.
What is it? The Village People?
That could very well be. Yes. Number 2. What happened to the poorly run origami business?
It folded.
Yes.
Wow. All right, Yeti, let's go.
Okay.
I don't think has anyone ever done 3?
No,
I'm laying out.
Okay,
but if we get 3, we close it down.
No, I'm not saying
we have to.
This is you right here.
Yeah, the segment. No, but if we get all 3, that's the rule. The segment closes down.
Oh wow!
Closes down. It closes down for 1 month.
No,
that's
forever.
1 month.
Forever.
Oh, that's negotiable.
We're gonna have to go back and listen. Yeti, go find that.
From 3
Number
years
1.
ago.
What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday?
Hold on.
Yarg, I'm Uncle Dick. Hold on.
That's right. No.
What did the pirate say on his 80th
birthday?
What? See, what 80? Like for some reason, that's such a specific number.
Ahoy, me 80! I did it! Me 80!
No,
Ahoy,
that's not it.
Oh, that's it.
How can that not?
That's not it.
What is it?
Me matey. Come on.
I'm matey.
Oh my gosh.
Dad, he got it right.
No, he didn't. No,
that's it.
No, the answer is I matey.
Okay, that's it. We're doing another trial. We're getting Sarah Spain back here. Who were our jurors last time?
Okay,
Tim Kirchin,
that's fine.
Sarah Spain, and I can't remember the third.
Every single person will hear what Yeti just said and then hear the answer and say, judges, that's right. Like he said.
The answer is I matey.
And what did Yeti say in your mind, Dad?
Ahoy, matey. Or no,
Not the
ahoy,
same.
ahoy,
Ahoy.
ahoy, me, ahoy,
He did a better answer of what it should have been. Oh, yeah, ahoy, I'm matey.
Okay, we'll get the judges in on that.
Oh.
Because I'm going to defend that he did not give the right answer. Okay? 3 facts, Jack.
There are 3 things that interest him, so sit right back for 3 facts, Jack.
This is
Fact number 1: Yeti got all 3 right.
yes.
No.
Plus, to get birthday credit. So
This is the 3 facts, Jack words edition. Number 3. In the 10th century, the F word, the word used to describe a sex act, was sard, S-A-R-D. Number 2, the word pajamas originated in the Hindi language of India. Number 1, the official plural word for the Toyota Prius is Prii, P-R-I-I.
Sard off, Greg. I got them all right.
Nope. Let Judge Sarah Spain make a ruling.
Dad,
Ripe of wrath. Yes.
first you should do what you planned for Yeti's birthday.
What's that? When's his birthday? What do I know? What is this, an inside joke? What is the joke here?
I mean, it's Yeti's birthday is this week.
It's
Well,
right
well,
now.
well, I
while
guess
we were
it's-
recording on Friday.
Oh, I know that, but I meant
But-
last week for the
Yes,
audience.
yes. From
Wait
when
a
the
minute.
audience is listening, it was 3 days prior.
Today is your birthday?
Yes,
Dad, did you not listen to last week's episode?
and there were text messages. You know, I'm traveling to my hometown for my
Oh,
birthday.
yeah,
We've
right.
got the big
Okay, I
Autumn Leaves
forgot.
Festival. I'm saying hey to Andy Griffith.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Happy birthday.
thank you, Greg. If that's what you had planned, thank you, Greg.
All right. What else you
that was
want from
dirty.
me?
That was dirty.
I knew it.
Seriously. All right. Happy birthday. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed.
And happy birthday, Uncle Dick. Tomorrow.
Oh,
from
Yeti.
when we were recording.
Luckily
Right.
for Yeti, it's
I'm
payday.
80.
So maybe we'll just make ourselves feel better by throwing in a birthday bonus or something.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Can we
already
just buy
taking
your
care of
love,
that.
Yeti? Since like Yeti, and by the way, Dad, Yeti has gotten you such thoughtful gifts.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the only reason I do it is so I think you will be thoughtful. No.
Right.
No,
That's
chance of that.
see, the problem with Yeti is that's not why he does it. He's just a gosh darn good human being,
He is.
and it makes me and my dad look terrible. Look at this.
I know.
I should have a roast planned. I should have like 7 people on here right now.
Yes.
We should have
Right.
a Lauer after hours reunion here for Yeti.
That'd
but
be
yet,
great.
but yet, all we have is my dad saying, "Your birthday's today."
Yeah, but you knew today was his birthday.
I knew.
So you're
honestly,
more culpable than I am.
if I'm being completely honest, I knew it was Friday or Saturday. So I was just like, while trying to throw it on you, I was like, God, it's either today or tomorrow. So I was like,
wow.
'cause
Almost
I knew
the
it
same
was-
birthday as
I knew
Uncle
it was
Dick.
Mike Ryan, Yeti, and then who is it? Who else?
Then Uncle Dick.
Right. That's right. It's like I was like, is Uncle Dick's today or tomorrow? Or...
Okay.
So now
All
we're me and you are Uncle Dick's for not doing more for his birthday.
Okay. All right. We've spent a long time talking about Yeti's
Wow,
birthday.
and too much now for Greg. Wow, this
Okay.
is just even worse.
Okay. Worldwide randomness of life is taking the week off, but I do have a gripe of wrath.
Annoyances, complaints. Greg's got grievances out the ass, so buckle up, Buttercup. It's time for Greg Cote's Gripes of Wrath.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be quick. Dear ads for places that sell chicken. Don't call them chicken wings if there's no bones involved.
Yes.
A glorified chicken nugget that you've artificially elongated to appear wing-like is not a chicken wing. If it isn't an actual bone-in wing from an actual chicken, it ain't a chicken wing. Respect the animal that gave its life for you.
I agree. I'm
Wholeheartedly.
I don't know
Thank you.
where do you see misrepresented
Boneless
chicken
wings.
wings? No, but they're called like they're on the menu. It's like they have chicken wings and then they have a bone. Like no, like where are you
They
being
call them
tricked?
boneless wings, but don't call
They
them
do.
wings. Those are just
They call
nuggets.
them boneless wings.
Oh.
I just saw a TV commercial last night during the Giants-Eagles game. We're recording this Friday. And I forget the name of the company, or else I would shame them. But they
Okay, I get what
were
you're
selling
saying.
wings, quote unquote, that had no bones.
That's so funny
Yeah.
because I just think of like I just hear boneless. Like I don't even like get to that far into it to think that those are referred to as wings. But I guess
Yeah,
you're right.
a
They do
boneless wing is not a wing at all. It's just a saucy nug. There's
Yeah.
someone a few years ago who went to their town hall meeting or like a city council meeting and gave a whole rant on boneless wings.
Was it
wonderful.
Chad and that one guy? Like, have you ever
Maybe.
seen those two guys like from California? They're like, "Hey, we'd like to like bring back partying." Like,
I don't think it was one of those guys, but it was in the same vein, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah, Greg, excellent point. I'm with you all the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Should we put a bow on this episode?
I think we should.
I think we should. And I'm going to address my pod family as I always do, even though Christopher gets annoyed by it. Pod family, thank you so much for joining us. Another year has passed by without me winning a Nobel Peace Prize, and yet my spirits are high despite my bum knee. Okay? I don't need your thoughts and prayers. It's not that serious. But if you want to click on my column a little bit more often than you do, or download the podcast episode 4 or 5 times instead of once, that would be great. I will interpret that as thoughts and prayers. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Clicks and players.
Yes, yes. Clicks and players. Thank you. Patent pending.
bye bye.
Bye-bye.